Hey boys, how you guys doing? It's your boy Dave, and today we are back with another video. Now, we are talking about Gotham Knights in this one, and I will link the video down below from a YouTube channel called Podcast Now, and he's pretty much talking about the release date window for Gotham Knights. And take these leaks with a grain of salt. Like, honestly, that's what you have to do, especially with Gotham Knights specifically. They're not really pushing for anything with this game right now. No major news, no new trade, like nothing, literally nothing. So I don't, I hear there's a lot of thought that this game might get delayed, but who knows? Who really knows? I'm still excited for it. I'm still gonna be excited for it too. I don't care if it gets pushed back, a few months, but let's hope not. Let's hope it's this year.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about if the release window is known for Gotham Knights. Now, we've talked
Keep in mind, guys. I've already seen this gameplay, the first 8 minutes of Gotham Knights or something. I think this is literally the first 8 minutes that he's just playing. But I'm paying attention more to the commentary than the gameplay, so just bear with me.
about many different release windows. This is a new person. This is a new quote-unquote insider. Whatever you want to call it. But this is pretty interesting. This was sent to me over on Twitter. And I'm gonna butcher your first name, Gurkamel. He sent me this picture. Now, what's funny about this is a Hogwarts Legacy account. Okay, this is Hogwarts Legacy news.
Also, guys, just because it is a Hogwarts Legacy account providing these leaks, that's not too far off. I mean, if you're getting inside news on Hogwarts Legacy, that's not too far off from Gotham Knights. WB Games, and I'm sure it's the same source they're getting it from, so it's not too far off, I'm sure.
They're a really good account, by the way. I like them. And what's funny about it is I'm using it for Gotham Knights because they mention Gotham Knights in their Hogwarts Legacy tweet, and they inadvertently, because of that, kind of give us a little bit of information on Gotham Knights. And you
Okay.
can say, well, Alex, why should we trust them? Well, good question, because it's
Really
hard
good
to trust
question.
anybody nowadays, isn't it? Well, if you go back and
Really, you don't know how many people, and I never throw this out there. There's a lot of people just posting shit just to post it for attention and clout. It's so crazy. I'm not saying this guy. There's a lot of reliable sources out there. Quite a few good ones for certain games. Uh, and a few I follow for different games. But like, there's people who will just post things just to post. Don't know what they're talking about. And it's one thing if you have an idea, it's a theory, you're speculating, but I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't know.
time, their source, they say it, the same person who is giving them this knowledge that we're about to talk about, told them the day before Hogwarts Legacy was going to be shown for the first time. Okay, so they messaged them the day before. They posted on their Twitter. They said tomorrow, and then tomorrow the Hogwarts Legacy trailer was at the PlayStation event, PlayStation Experience, whatever it was. Okay, so now that's one thing. That's one thing. And granted, they say themselves too, like, you can believe us, you cannot believe us,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. And I respect them for that as well. But this source that they're talking to here, yes, it's mainly about Hogwarts, but they got a huge one right in the past. So what do they say? Well, they talk about Hogwarts, but then they go and they say, according to him, Warner Bros. Are trying to lock down release dates. Currently looking like Gotham Knights is set for the early summer, Hogwarts Legacy in autumn, September suggested, and Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League later in the year, in quotes. Make what you will of it, okay?
I'm not upset at the Gotham Knights, potential release for early summer. If it was up to me, I'd bump it up to spring, but it's whatever. Hogwarts Legacy in September around that fall time. I'm definitely okay with that. No argument here. Suicide Squad Killed the Justice League later in the year. It sucks that the games that I really want to play are at the end of the fucking year, but it's whatever. I'm still gonna play these games, and I'm sure they're gonna be amazing projects, honestly. So I'm fine with this.
So, again, it's not much. Now we have Gotham Knights set for early summer. Now, the last we heard of Gotham Knights was spring, right? The lead artist, we've talked about him before. On his website, he had that graphic that literally just said Gotham Knights spring
Hmm.
2022. So it's like, well, you couldn't be any more clear. In my
Yeah.
opinion, I kind of do trust the source of Hogwarts Legacy news. Again,
Okay.
I've only seen one time they've been right, but I mean, that was a pretty big slam dunk thing to get right. So I'm inclined to believe it. I'd just be inclined that it probably was scheduled, and I mean, you could say this 1,000 times before, right? It probably was scheduled for this time, and then it got delayed till that time. I imagine that's what happened here. I imagine the artist was right. Yeah, UB's spring goes all the way through May. Okay, I mean, and that's like a season. Like you look at the calendar and you can actually like look when summer begins. But also from like a game talk. Okay, game
Hmm.
talk. The end of May is the end of that spring period. So when you say spring of any year when you're releasing a game, you're talking about the end of May.
Low key, that's so far away. May is so far away.
If you go into June, even though June 21st is the first day of summer, if you go into June at all, it really is summer. You're really considering that, and that's just kind of like the lingo that they say. So what I would imagine is spring maybe meant May. Maybe that's what behind the scenes they said spring 2022, but really it was set for sometime in May of this year for Gotham Knights. And then now early summer, to me that's June or July, right? Again, summer technically goes till towards the end of September, but
I'm gonna skip past some of it because I kind of get what he's saying, so I'm gonna go past.
purposely said, then I guess it would be June. I guess it would be June, maybe the first half of June, maybe June in general, around like E3 time, and that's when Gotham Knights would release. But the thing is, we just talked about this April thing, like 2 months ago? So within a couple months, now, it could have been outdated. The guy's website and that graphic could have been from a while ago, and it slipped. He slipped and it made its way, on his website, and then we all ran with it. That could have been outdated information. It didn't have to change over the last couple months, and yet maybe it could have, right? That's obviously the flip side of the coin. It could have literally to get pushed any further, does it go any further? I mean,
Yeah.
that's obviously that's debatable, and I think
I'm sorry. There's a lot of talking in here, and I'm trying to gather this information, but he's still kind of talking about the. He's still kind of talking about this. He's been like a minute or two since he's been talking about this still, but I'm just hoping that we just get this game like before fall. Like honestly, it's already been. It's supposed to come out. What fucking last year? I think it was supposed to come out 2020. Wasn't it supposed to come out in 2020? Because last year people were saying it got delayed. So, holy shit.
because we haven't seen anything of it yet, that option is still probably on the table. Do you know what I mean? I don't think you can say for sure that June's locked in until, and that's easy to say, until we get the release date. Because up until next month after, they can keep moving it. It could end up being in July. I want to believe it comes out
I
in
hope they
June.
don't
I
keep
really
moving
don't
it, bro.
want it to come out the very beginning of July. Normally, I'm seeing my family in Niagara Falls at the time, so I won't even have a video game console around me. So I pray to God that it doesn't come out when I'm on my
Man.
mini vacation. But
Man.
it is what it is. So we'll see when it releases. And Lego Star Wars, if that's anything to go by, I mean, they gave us about 2.5 months notice, right? We found out today. I hope you guys are hopefully seeing this video today. That the game's coming out April 5th. So it's only around 2.5 months before that game
I don't really fuck with Star Wars, but this gameplay look lit, bro. Lego games are so fun.
releases that they are showing it. They did the huge deep dive really with Lego Star Wars today, and they gave the release date. So it's kind of why I said a few minutes ago, maybe in the next month or two. I really think, if this game is June, July, August, Lego Star Wars is probably a good example to go by that we should get the release date. And again, I know, I mean, we've said this a trillion times. So I mean, so how much weight does
Yeah.
this actually hold? I want to be real with you. You know what I mean? I'm one of you. You're me. We're all kind of the same mindset here. Do you know what I mean? So I think February or March, though, we realistically should get a date. Because if it goes further than that, I just feel like that pushes it. Lego Star Wars being in April, I think gets rid of.
Something tells me, like, I really hope we hear something within the next month or two, because if not, they're just going to keep pushing it back, like he said, bro. I would not be surprised, but, I mean, I don't know who's doing the press for this game or what, but y'all got to get on this shit. Like, there's so many people I've been seeing who have been saying they've lost hype for the game. There's more hype surrounding Hogwarts Legacy than Gotham Knights. And I'm not saying that to compare the games themselves, but I'm just saying, like, we've had one trailer for Hogwarts Legacy. I hear people talking about that game more than Gotham Knights. It's crazy to me. And we've seen more from Gotham Knights.
April as the possibility for Gotham Knights, so now we would be looking at May. And again, maybe that was the idea in the first place, but then maybe it got pushed to June. So probably somewhere around that June, July period is when it's going to end up landing. Again, I really hope it'll be June. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below.
So, yeah, that was the end of the video pretty much. Yeah, like I said, my commentary wasn't anything special. I just kind of wanted to watch with you guys and listen to this source and this leak, about this window for the release date. If it's summer 2022, I'm not gonna be mad, but it is disappointing. If it's gonna be summer 2022, I'd rather be early summer. I would have loved that spring release date. Not gonna lie, Hogwarts Legacy, September. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, like the last part of the year. I'm fine with that, as long as we hear something soon. If you don't post anything in January, cool. At least mid-February at the earliest, bro. I mean, at the latest. Like, early February, you guys should be announcing when this game should be released. If it heads into March, I'm just going to assume that you guys just are going to keep pushing it back, bro, until you're satisfied. But it's whatever. It's whatever. But, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, man. Let me know down below if you want me to pretty much make more videos on Gotham Knights. I will anyway, but it would be nice to know that you guys like the videos. I'm going to see you boys next time.